All right, so we're going to go over some different box squat variations. For those of you that have issues with knees and all that stuff, we can start off a higher box like Suzanne's got right there. So go ahead and sit on that box and squat for us. Show us from the side. Perfect. Now you can use different stances. Suzanne's pretty mobile, so she's able to do like a narrower stance. That's totally fine. Go ahead and do a few for us, please. Yeah, she's sitting and she's exhaling and coming up. You see how she's unloading onto the box. She's keeping her ribs down. She's not arching hard. Now you can widen your feet up a little bit if you want to and turn your toes out slightly if that feels more comfortable. You just want to make sure your knee, your foot, and your hip all tracks together. Okay. Now we can add load to that if we want to. Go ahead and grab the kettlebell. If you have a really hard time with position, you can grab a really light weight and hold it way out in front of you. But you see how Suzanne, she's holding the weight close but her ribs cage is down and it's lined up with her belly button. So she's going to sit down. She's going to breathe in on the way down. She's going to exhale on the way out. Okay. Perfect. And what we would do is over time work on going to a lower box. So come on over here, Suzanne, and go to the lower box. And she's going to sit all the way down. Notice the rib cage position. Go ahead and widen your stance up a little bit. Most people are not going to be able to squat that narrow. And turn your toes out a little. So you need to find a stance that's the best for you. She's not overly aggressively arching. Now, if you're at home, you can always add books or something to your chair. Eventually, just like that. Perfect. Now, eventually, we're going to want to even go to a little bit lower box if we can, but if you can't, that's totally fine. No big deal. Go ahead and take that plate out of there. So there's a bunch of different ways to load this. So we can go kettlebell straight up like Suzanne is doing. We can go kettlebell on one side. So do a one-sided. Yeah, so you're tucked, rib cage is down, widen your stance up a little bit. That's good. Take a seat, put the other arm out to counterbalance. Some people will like putting that other arm out to the side. Some people will not. Yep, perfect. And then you can switch sides. You can do double kettlebell squats like this. So there's all sorts of different options. You can even hold a dumbbell, and we'll grab a dumbbell here in a second and show you that. You can grab a dumbbell and hold it like this to do the squat with.
Hold it like how?
Like this on the fats. No, on the turn it the other. You can turn it. You can do it that way, but I'd hold it straight up and down with both on the top. Put both like hold it like this, like this. Not like the shake weight. Hold it like this,
Okay,
like
but your video is big, so
kind of. So hold it both on the top fat, straight up and down, both on the top fat. You can do it like that if you want. Turn it straight up and down, straight up and down. Yes. No, straight. Turn it straight to the ceiling. Straight to the ceiling. Turn it straight to the ceiling. Yes. Now put both hands on the top. Both hands on the top. Put your left hand. Yeah. Ah, fantastic. You do listen eventually. Get a little wider with your feet. Yeah, that's perfect. It's that shake weight, man. Just can't beat it. Okay. Now sit down and sit and come up. And you want to get those hands under the weight a little bit more so it's a little easier to hold on to. Brett Contreras actually shared a girl doing that with a 150-pound dumbbell. So that's another way to hold it if you only have dumbbells. Okay. And eventually we can sneak it down the box down a little bit lower, but that's not really necessary. So That's like different goblet squat variations. You notice if when Suzanne sits on the super deep box, everything's still going to stay the same. Her rib cage position is going to stay the same. Yep, just like that. Good job. All right, that's plenty. So there's some different box squat variations for you. You know, feel free to keep it simple. Use a chair. You can put your arms out in front. You can use a med ball to load it too. You can hold the med ball close. You can hold it further away from you. There's all sorts of different options. So you can hug the med ball like a Zercher squat. That's correct. So there's all sorts of different options for all this stuff. So pick one, get better at it, and we'll see you again soon.